For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad to have you along. We've got a very interesting show. We've got a dinner for you. We've got a skate park event and all sorts of other things, and even a movie festival coming up. That's what's going to be on the Focus program today. But let's begin with some friends from a very active organization in the city of St. Clair, the St. Clair Women's League. Past President Lynn Grover, and Mary is the prize chair, co-chair this year. Nice to see you. Skripik. I got it right.
You got it
right. My golly gee, I'm proud of that. Lynn, talk to me about the St. Clair Women's League.
Oh, in general, we're
What is it?
We are a nonprofit organization made up of local women who raise funds for other organizations in our community to help in any way that we can, our community.
Been around a number of years, and you've really raised lots of money and,
yes,
and done some wonderful, wonderful things.
Yes, we have. Thank you for recognizing that.
Well, you have.
We enjoy it a lot.
The only way that you can do that is by raising money.
Right,
you have
fundraisers.
A couple projects a year.
Yes. Our biggest fundraisers are geranium sale, which is earlier in the year, and then our fundraiser that we're talking about tonight, our ethnic dinner.
Okay, and when is the ethnic dinner this year?
It's November 2nd.
And what is the theme?
Our theme is 50s, 60s.
That's not ethnic, that's just fun.
It's fun, and well, we've done this so many times, we're trying to figure out different themes, so
right.
We're stretching here.
You're stretching, right.
But if you remember, the 50s and 60s came out with some very interesting food that we didn't have before.
Like what?
Well, like how we serve the dishes, like TV dinners first came out in the 50s and 60s, and things that we mashed together for dinners, casseroles.
Casserole.
So
what are you going to be serving this year?
We're challenging the river crab this year.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're up for it.
Crystal and Peter are going to throw up some pictures here of previous years.
Yes.
And we can sort of go through them quickly. You have lots of prizes that that are available to people?
Yes, we have different series of prizes, actually. We have baskets that you can buy raffle tickets to, and then you select the one you want to win. So it's not just all of them. You can actually pick yours. We have a special raffle.
It's going to be at the River Crab.
Yes.
That's
Starts at 5.
That's coming in the main lobby. That was one of your previous ones, Pathway to Poland. Each year it's a little something different.
Right.
So once you get inside, we can bid on these?
Some of them, yes. Not bid actually, but more buy a raffle ticket for the baskets. We have a 50-50 raffle. We have a special prize this year. It'll be Hilton Head Island condo.
Really?
Somebody has donated their timeshare slot to us to raffle off.
Look at all those prizes.
Yes.
So, and those are all donated to you.
Yes.
So that any money that's made off the ticket sales just goes back into
the community.
The community.
So the businesses and or personal people donate as well. We'll have a couple of dinners. You could win a prize at a dinner in someone's home for you and Fabi.
There's one of the old.
There's our chairs.
Past chairs.
Yeah. There's Marilyn.
Right.
She's actually the one that donated the Hilton Head condo.
Now this is the previous year when you get into the food line, and so you get as much as you need.
Yes, that's correct. It is buffet and as many times as you want to go. And they pass hors d'oeuvres in the beginning, and we have soup at the table and then a buffet dinner.
Mr. Butch.
And then,
and there's Martha. Hats off to Martha and a great couple that'll be there.
Yes.
Nice people.
Fred and Sandy.
So that gives the audience a little flavor of what happens that night.
Yes.
How much are tickets?
$50 each.
Okay.
Also, I would just like to say thank you to all the people that have given to us.
Right.
The restaurants and the stores and just the cash donations, because
we couldn't do it without that.
No, and I go around and collect the stores or the restaurants and make a taste of St. Clair. And there's all different kinds of restaurants that people can try out for free if they win that basket.
Good. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Where can I get tickets?
Right now we have them at the Hers Women's Fashions in Riverview Plaza Mall. There's various flyers around town that have phone numbers on it. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
The phone number is 329-3511.
Okay.
And also, we have a DJ of sorts this year, Eddie Nadolski. I want to give him a great big hello.
Shout out.
Is he going to be Elvis, did you say?
He's going to be Elvis.
He's going to be Elvis. He does wonderful impersonations, and he's promised to do a good one for us.
Oh, that'll be entertaining. That'll be fun. You've always had some fun entertainment and people making it just a great evening.
Yes, and this year we're doing a best dressed contest.
Best dress contest.
Yes, so please.
You want to dress in the 50s or the 60s?
Please do, yes.
Oh my God.
So we'll
Get
have
out
a
your
prize.
bell-bottom pants.
And the waitresses will be the judges.
Right.
Oh, they'll be good. They'll be good.
It should be fun.
Have we missed anything?
I can't think of anything.
All right, so give us the date and the time again.
Okay, November 2nd. It's at the River Crab from 5 to 10 p.m. Tickets are...
$50 for tickets, and you'll have
Correct.
a wonderful evening.
Yes.
Lynn Glover,
Thank you.
always nice seeing you. Mary, good seeing you again.
Good seeing you, too.
There's also an event coming up a little closer than November. That's October the 14th. It's called a Skate Park Fall Grind, and we'll find out about that all in just a second. Fall Grind, that's what it's called. It's held at the skateboard park in the beautiful city of St. Clair along Kearney Drive on Saturday in the fall. And this year it's going to be October the 14th. The lady that puts that on is Treese Hawkins.
Nice to
Welcome
see you,
back
Paul.
to the Focus Set. This is how many years?
Well, since the skate park opened, I think I say it every year, but we made a commitment that if we were going to build the park, that we were also going to do events to promote it and get the community involved. So we do a summer jam, and this is our fall grind.
The skate park was the idea of, I remember they used to have meetings here in this building when I was at Riverview East. A young man by the name of Jason Steyer and another young man by the name of Doug Murphy.
Yes.
And they got together and really spearheaded the whole thing, didn't they?
Yeah, it was with the Rotary Club. Jason was with Riverview East and the Art Association, and actually the Chamber at the time too, because they wanted a place to send the skateboarders to, a facility for them to go to. Yeah.
It's not a cheap facility.
No, there was a lot of contributions, private, public contributions.
It was over $300,000 or $400,000.
Yes, in grants,
that was raised.
Because it was built from the ground up. It's just a vacant lot when we started.
It seems like last year they did the parking lot, they paved the parking lot, and got that cleaned up.
Yep.
And the park has really been getting a lot of use, hasn't it, over the
Yes,
years?
it has. Yes.
Are there any changes or improvements to it that we should know about over the last outside of the parking lot?
We could always like to add more components, but we haven't been able to because of budget-wise.
Right.
Actually, the parking lot was like the last phase of the project. We put in a fix-it station this last year, which is a bike repair.
Yeah.
So we've done some little things, but we keep maintaining it. But sooner or later, it'd be nice to add some components and maybe work on our dirt track a little bit adjacent to the park. So
one of the integral parts of it has been Alpine cycles. And John, you're back again. Welcome to the Focus Set.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to me about why Alpine Cycles is involved.
Well, what happened is I started working at Alpine Cycles about 3 years ago, and we found out that there was competitions being involved. There was immediately some things that we wanted to do to help, because one of the cool parts about working in the skate industry is you get to know a lot of different companies. So you get to hit them up, and a lot of them are very, very interested to get involved to help us give out some stuff there and to make the events more exciting. So we got involved and got some of our sponsors to help out with the event. We got different skate, scooter, bike, and then even some snowboard related sponsors to donate some gear there. And then also with that, we have a wealth of athletes throughout the community that we like to use as well to try to get them to be involved and make the competition as fun as possible for everyone.
Do you find that skateboarding is on the way up, or is it leveled off, or where are we at?
Skateboarding's never going to die. It's very up and down. Right now, it's been coming back the last few years. It does better as kids in the community make it easier to become a skater. So I found that
As kids in the community make it easier, what do you mean by that?
If the kids, if there's a new skater that shows up and everyone's very inviting,
okay.
And everyone likes to teach them how to do things, and they're very involved. And the kids that, there's kids that grow the community, and there's the kids that are more lone wolves. So I found that the community definitely grows as the kids try to bring more people in, and it's been really cool the last few years to see how many kids are starting to get more involved with the more camaraderie that's been growing with it.
Last couple of years, what kind of a population have you had for fall grind? 100 kids? 50 kids?
I would say maybe closer to 30, 50, and then spectators were maybe closer to that 80, 100 people coming out to the event.
It's a nice event.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot of interest to show up. A lot of our biggest misconception is that it's a competition. The point of going there is not to show up and to show off and to win. The point is to go there and to have fun. So a lot of kids, I believe, get turned off by the idea that there might not be good enough to show up. And so some kids will kind of show up late, and you'll see them looking at it. And so what we're trying to do is make it be more inclusive, make it bigger and bigger every year. So kids realize it's not really a competition. It's more of just a show of the community.
Okay. You brought along a couple of the professionals in the skateboard world.
Two of our best.
Two of your best.
Yes.
Who just got off tours from around the world.
Yes.
Joining us first is G. Turner. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hello.
How long have you been skateboarding?
4 years.
Why do you like skateboarding?
Because it's like fun and like you can get to like have fun.
Do you do all the crazy things up and over and turn around and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, but
You probably don't call it crazy though. Keep going.
I do, but like not like the backflips and all that. Like
That's coming. Maybe next year.
maybe.
Maybe. Okay. What got you into skateboarding? Why did you start?
Well, I started because of my brother, and like it was like when I was 4, I was like crawling around with the skateboard and like sitting on it and all that.
So in other words, you're almost born with one. Something like that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And Alex Peterson, welcome to the Focus Set. How long have you been skateboarding?
I don't skateboard, I scooter.
Are you scooter?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't talk about that. What's the difference? Obviously, the difference is that scooter is you got a bicycle underneath you, right?
Yeah, sure.
Wheels, yeah.
Yeah, it has wheels.
It has wheels. Talk to me. Obviously, I don't know anything about it.
Well, the difference is skateboarding is actually a lot harder because for scooters you can actually hold on and then use your feet. You can't hold on to anything if you have a skateboard.
Okay.
And it's just your feet.
Okay, now I got it. What got you into riding a scooter?
About a year ago, me and my friend Josh, we just picked up our Razor foldables and then just went to the skate park, and then it just became a hobby.
Do you like that skate park? Have you been to other skate parks?
Yes.
And how does this one compare pretty good?
Yes, the only skate park that I've been to is better than this one. The only skate park I've been to that is better than this one is Landslide.
And where's Landslide?
I'm thinking Chesterfield, somewhere around there.
Okay, someplace like that. So now, will you be involved in this fall grind? Will you be
Yes.
not competing?
Well, yeah.
He
He'll
will?
be entered into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Competing. It's technically competing, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. And are there age groups, or how does the competition?
We do it in skill brackets. So usually we let the kids pick, but depending on how many people show up, we'll usually have an advanced group and then a beginner group. And then we kind of let them make a competition out of it. Every year, sometimes they do it differently. Sometimes they like to do games of skate. Sometimes they like to do stuff on the ramps. Every year we kind of ask the kids, what's the most fun way we can do it this year? How do you want to do it this year? So every year the actual events of it change, but it's always a skateboarding event or a scootering event and a biking event. And usually break it down into the beginners and then the more advanced kids that know what they're doing.
You got any ideas for them?
No.
No? How about you?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, are you working on any tricks?
I've been working on a few.
What are some, this is why I need help, because I don't know any of the lingo and that.
Right.
What are some of the trick names that you do? Do you have any?
The ones I'm working on or that I
Yeah.
do?
Either one.
Well, I've been trying to learn bri flips, triple whips, and then my main tricks is probably like a double whip over a transfer or something.
Totally lost me.
See what I mean?
That's a completely foreign language.
How about you, G? What are you working on?
I'm not really working on anything, but like I'm trying to get like better at like the things. So like during the competition, I can like just do it like first try and then keep going on to the next thing.
All right, let's switch gears here for a second. John, you just took a trip to Paris, France.
Yes.
And you were involved in the Rubik Cube World Championship competition. You placed in the top 100. Well, talk to me about that. What is that all about?
Well, ever since I was a kid,
You still are a kid.
I still am a kid. Since I was in middle school, I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Here, mix it up for me. And ever since then, I just never kind of forgot how to do it, and I've always, just like how they learn new tricks with skateboards, I learned new tricks on how to make the cube go faster. And just recently, I graduated college, and I needed something to do with my adult self, and I thought, what can I do for a living that I can actually have fun with? And so I started to become more serious about solving.
You can make a living doing this?
Well, kind of. I can at least
move your cup so the camera can see.
There you go.
Kind of.
Pretty amazing.
So what I did is they have different competitions around the world that you have to qualify for. I qualified for World Championships this year in Paris, France. It's not a free flight though.
Wow,
So
look at that. How about a plan? Look at that.
To afford my trip over, I started what was called Cubes for Kids, which is where I got a massive amount
Say
of...
again?
Cubes for Kids was the name of the project that I launched. We got a lot of Rubik's Cubes, just like this, that I set up to be actual high-quality speed cubes that are better than the ones they sell at like a Walmart or something like that are made for the sport that we do. And then I was selling for $10 a piece at Alpine Cycles. And then every one we sold, we actually donated one as well to the local Hunter Hospitality House. And then after that, we donated all the rest of the cubes to the Big Brother, Big Sister of America. So the idea was it made me a little bit of extra money so I can go to the competition. I don't have to use my personal money to go, and then as well as I can sell cubes to kids in the community, and then every one I sell, I also donate one to a kid that might need one. So it seemed to make sense on a lot of levels for me.
Well, that's going to be really fun and exciting. Rubik Cube World Championship competition. You placed in the top 100. That's great. Congratulations. Sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, Treese, let's go through the date and time again when this fall grind is.
Okay, it's October 14th. That's a Saturday. It's at 1 o'clock, skate park. And there is a $5 entry fee if you want to get in the competition or the skills. But you get that money back as Landslide, which he mentioned is an indoor skating facility. And if you sign up, you get a one-day pass to go to Landslide. And then we also
$20 value.
$20 value there. So you get your money back. Plus Sunrise down at the BP gas station, you get a free drink card.
Oh.
McDonald's gives us a free, you get a free hamburger card.
Awesome.
So you get your money
Awesome.
back.
Yeah.
And
All
we have
sorts
a
of good
couple
stuff.
other people that are doing that. So then for the prizes, we have sponsors, bike, scooter, and skateboard sponsors. But we also have a bunch of gift cards from like Dragon Walk, Sue's Coffee Shop, Hungry Howie's Pizza,
Beautiful.
and things like that.
So it's a fun day.
It's, yeah.
Lots of music and entertainment all day long. And
DJ Kenny.
DJ Kenny
DJ Kenny will be
is
there.
our
World
music.
famous.
So I figure kids like music, they like food, they like action. It's got it all.
Okay.
So.
Go
I
ahead.
have one more thing.
All right.
McLaren Hospital has joined us this last year to promote helmet safety. They offer, actually, I think we're going to have two $50 gift certificates. If you wear a helmet during the competition, which we always recommend, you get an extra chance to win some gift certificates to Alpine Cycle.
Okay.
So,
Gee, why should a kid or anybody, an adult, be involved in skateboarding?
Because like it's like a way to like get out and like not be like working at like
Just have fun.
yeah.
Okay. How about you? Any thoughts about skateboarding for the rest of the world besides you? Or
Scootering.
scootering?
Well, if like you have a bad habit, honestly, I think scootering could get you out of the habit.
Oh, okay.
And like he said, if you have a job and you have spare time, it'd just really be fun.
Okay. Well, nice to meet both of you. You're great examples of fine young people. John, good seeing you. Teresa,
All
always
right.
a pleasure to see you. That's your invitation. It's the 14th, Saturday the 14th, right here in St. Clair at the skateboard park on Kearney Drive, right next to Range Road. You'll be having a good time. Coming up next is Deb Johnson, Executive Director of the St. Clair County Community Mental Health. She'll be with us in just a second. We're back, and we're back with a friend, a smiling friend. Nice to see you. Deb Johnson,
Great to see
Executive
you.
Director of all things St. Clair County Community Mental Health.
It's good to be
Wonderful
here, Paul.
organization.
Thank you.
You guys have great staff, great people, and you do
think we
such
do, too.
many good things. That's the great part.
And we just celebrated our staff with a huge staff appreciation
you?
barbecue, and I was flipping burgers
All right.
in 90-some degree heat.
I love it.
With Mike
but it was
Moretz.
all right. It was October or September, late September.
Yeah, but it was 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's the wonderful part.
Yeah.
That's
And,
the wonderful part.
But it was really nice. It was fun. But yeah, I think it's a great organization too. So thank you for
How
saying
many
that.
employees, round figure?
Close to 300.
Really? Mm-hmm. You service St. Clair, Sand No?
No, we used to be the PIHP in
Yeah.
charge of the other counties, but we're not now.
Okay,
We are St. Clair County Community Mental Health, and we provide the services, publicly funded services all over St. Clair County.
From Algonac, New Baltimore, or Algonac?
All the way to
Okay.
KPAC. We have an office. In fact, we have an open house in KPAC coming up on October 17th.
Okay.
At 3 o'clock, I think it is. There'll be free flu shots. Maybe it's 3:30. Free flu shots. And a lot of information about the services provided out there. It's a beautiful building. We built it a couple of years ago. And then our board meeting will be out there, which board meetings are always open to the public. So that's on October 17th.
Okay. Deb, you're here to talk about things for October, and there's all sorts of stuff going on, including something about American cheese.
Right, and we're not really promoting American Cheese Awareness Month, but I did notice that. But it seemed like October is like a lot of things month. The one I thought was kind of funny was National Sarcastic Awareness Month.
Oh, really?
I think that's pretty
Lexi
funny.
likes that one.
Yeah. So anyways, but we want to talk more about Mental Illness Awareness Week. It was the first week of this month, and I'll touch on that briefly. And also October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and it is National Bullying Prevention Month. It's other things too, but those are the things that I kind of want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we just wrapped up National Mental Illness Awareness Week. That week was kind of designated by Congress, I think in the early 1990s, and the main purpose is to raise people's awareness about mental illness, and also hopefully to kind of decrease or chip away at the stigma associated with mental illness. So during that week, we try to do things to educate the public, and we had a couple of activities, and one I want to talk about because several are past. One, though, that I guess I want to mention, that we had the celebration of recovery during the week in which we recognized individuals who have done so well in their recovery from services and supports they received through community mental health, that we recognized them, gave them awards, and things like that. We also recognized one of our staff who we gave her, it's called Hold the Hope Award, and that award is given to a staff person who seems to always hold the hope for others. So when you feel like, and people we serve sometimes feel hopeless when they come in and they think that they're not going to get better, they're not going to recover. And Debbie Kakashka, that's the staff person that won the award, she is one of the most positive people I have ever met, and
Great.
She holds the hope for lots of people. When they can't hold it themselves, that's really important. So Debbie Kakashka got that award this past week. And then also, we had a movie showing at the Sperry Movie House in Port Huron. It was called No Letting Go, and Randy Silverman is the mother and author and co-producer of this film, and it's about her. It's a very compelling story about her family's struggle and journey with their middle son, who was eventually diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But it started at a very young age. He was having anxiety issues, panic attacks. Unable to go to school and just things, and they just couldn't. They had 3 boys, and he's in the middle, and they just, couldn't figure out what was going on with him. And it took quite a while to diagnose him with bipolar disorder, but it really was a tearjerker, actually, starting at a point. But I don't want to spoil the show. But people can, if you want to see the film, you can go on Amazon.com and you can just, search No Letting Go. If you have Amazon Prime, you can see the movie for free, and if you don't, you pay a very small fee to watch it. And it really, there were a lot of people there who have been touched by mental illness and their families who said that was just great. I mean, it was good to see that story being told, so hopefully other people can understand the struggles that families go through when somebody in their family has something like bipolar disorder or another serious mental
that's a
illness,
tough one.
especially when it's a child.
Yeah. Oh, that's
when
amazing.
it starts at that age. So yeah. So hopefully people would check that out, and you can also write a review on there if I guess it helps the film out.
Okay.
They've won tons of awards, like independent film awards and things like that. So that was great. And then let's see.
You get something coming up with Down syndrome.
Well, actually, there was the Buddy Walk.
Okay.
They held it in the end of September, which kicked off Down Syndrome Awareness Month. But that's still important to raise awareness again about Down syndrome. There's still about 300,000 children a year diagnosed with Down syndrome. And so it's still pretty prevalent. We again, the biggest reason we want to raise awareness about that is we want to focus on people's abilities, not their disabilities. And regardless if you have diagnosed with Down syndrome or some of the other mental health disorders or other developmental disabilities, people have lots of abilities, and that's what we want to focus on. So that's why we try to raise awareness and also reduce stigma. So that happened, and then we also have bullying. This is Bullying Prevention Awareness Month, and we actually the reason we like to talk about that is because people with disabilities, kids with disabilities, tend to be bullied more often than those without.
Correct.
And also kids who have been bullied. We've seen this in the press and in the media all over the place. Have come back and have done some terrible retaliation. Columbine was an example of that. And so we want to really raise awareness about bullying. And it's interesting. I saw this, I think the CDC put out these numbers, but 71% of kids in school that were surveyed said they witnessed bullying.
Oh, absolutely.
And they don't all do anything about it.
I would believe that.
And 1 in 3 kids say they've been bullied at one point or another. And so because of those facts, we want to talk. We like to talk about things that we can do to prevent bullying or decrease it, or how to address it when it happens. And so some of the things are. Actually, there's a great program through the Child Abuse and Neglect Council, which might be a segue to another thing we were talking about earlier. But we do a lot of, through that program, we do a lot of prevention programming in the schools. And starting in middle school with the Just the Facts program, they do talk about internet safety and things like that. And I bring that up because cyberbullying is increasing. So bullying people through technology, through social media, through I don't even know all the little things are called, but like Snapchat, Instagram, all that kind of, just texting, just different, and I know there's lots of other ones I don't know the names of, but that's, I think kids feel, and people feel braver on the other side of their phone saying mean things or, whatever, than they would never talk like, most people would not talk like that in person. Although some do. So we want to, that program is available free for all the schools. Lindsay Chap is our,
she's great.
Fabulous. And Steve Gilliott from the prosecutor's office joins her because he focuses more on the internet safety part of things.
Right.
And so that's a great program. And so during this month, we hope that community organizations can work together to raise awareness, to try to, decrease bullying. And kind of the biggest thing is, I guess, if kids can if everybody should treat people how you want to be treated.
Right.
I don't think too many people would say, yeah, I'd love to be bullied.
Right.
So yeah, treat people how you want to be treated, be respectful. That's adults and children alike, but it's so important in schools, and especially, kids aren't, a lot of kids don't have the tools to try to cope with it, to talk down a bully.
Right.
But they do say, that typically bullies are people with low self-esteem themselves, and they need to bully others to feel big or feel good about themselves. Right. So, sometimes if you look the bully right in the face and just, say back off, and, you try stuff like that, sometimes that can be effective. But certainly kids need to tell adults, tell somebody who you trust. And don't worry about being a tattletale. Most adults aren't going to say, hey, Paul just told me that this happened. They're not going to handle it that way, especially in the schools. So hopefully, through all of our efforts, we can see a decrease in that over time. We need more.
You got a couple more things coming up. What else?
Yes. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We talked. So I just want to mention again that all 3 hospitals in our county, so that's River District St. John's, Lake Huron Medical Center, Port Huron McLaren are all doing free
Oh, really?
mammogram screenings during the month of
Wow,
October.
okay.
And I think they all have programs where they can probably work something out at different times of the year, but they promote it during this month because
That's
it is
good.
breast cancer
Ties
awareness.
right in.
Yeah,
Ties right in.
and I guess the 20th of this month is actually National Mammography Day. So we really want to encourage women to be regular with self-breast exams, and also if you're behind on your mammogram or you never had one, you need to
Now's
do
the
that.
time.
And especially if you were concerned because of cost or insurance, the 3 hospitals will work with anybody.
Wonderful.
So yeah,
Wonderful.
so I think that is great news. And I just want to give a quick plug for the East China School District. We had our volleyball pink out last
Oh, that's
last
right.
week.
I did see some video of that.
Yeah, and it was great. We had great attendance, raised a lot of money, and we're going to actually share the money. Some of it's going to go to a local St. Clair family, and then a little bit will go to each of the cancer support programs. But yeah, that was a great event, and so kudos to all of us who participated in that, East China School District, for supporting it.
Okay. You handed me one. It's called Noises Off, and that's a play, epic comic comedic farce, and it's presented by that wonderful CMH Players, and it's going to be November the 3rd, 4th, and it's going to be at the Citadel, and
Yes.
that's great.
2
That's a
shows
great
on-
new venue.
Yep, we're going to try it out. We've never had a play there, so we're going to see how that goes this year. It's supposed to be pretty nice, and yeah, there's 2 shows on the 3rd. The noon one is, I think the noon one is free. Doesn't say it on there though, does it?
No, it doesn't say.
Well, let's not say that then.
Okay, tickets are available, but the Sail-In Cafe and convenience store at the bus terminal has
Yep.
got tickets, and so does your office on Electric.
Yep. So
Okay.
hopefully people can make it to that. And actually, we should make a quick plug for the Fall Career
Oh,
Fair.
this is an important one. This Wednesday, October the 11th, when this show airs, from 2 to 8, the Fall Career Fair. Meet employers looking to hire. And who are they looking for? Everybody?
Well, from 2
Anybody?
to 3 for the career fair. 2 to 3 is for veterans, active duty military,
yes.
and their families only. But then 3 to 6 is open to the entire community, and we want people to know anybody who needs help or looking for a job, come to that career fair. There'll be a lot of potential employers there, so that's a good opportunity. It's at the Blue Water Convention Center.
Okay.
And also they're going to run. It's called Veterans Village. Will be happening in another room at the state all day during this thing, and that is only for veterans because they're going to talk about all the resources available to veterans and their families. So it's called the Veterans Village. So that will be happening at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Did
that's.
we miss anything?
Oh gosh, I don't.
Lots in this month.
It is. It's a big month, and I think we covered pretty much everything.
You always do, dear.
Thank
You
you.
always do. Deb Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, Executive Director of the St. Clair County Community Mental Health, with wonderful information for you and for your family. She'll be back next month with more information. We'll be right back with a young man talk to us about a new film festival in Port Huron. We'll be right back. Mr. Brown is back with us. He had another hat on before.
Yes.
When he was with the wonderful soup company, Ackett Soup, over the years. Now
Oh, yeah.
You've moved on from that, and you are promoting a film festival, 2nd annual. And I must admit, I was not familiar with when it happened last year. Talk to me about it. What happened?
Okay, well, we're filmmakers, me and my partner Tyler. First and foremost, that's what we do with our companies, make narrative films, commercial productions.
Really?
Yep. And we got into a few film festivals, but we found like when we made an event and exhibited our films through the event, it worked better. So we were co-workers at Loft 912 up in Port Huron.
Right.
And we showed one of our older films there, and we made a horror film last year. It was filmed entirely in St. Clair. We showed that up there, and we had about 3 weeks to plan it. We did it Halloween weekend on a Friday night.
Oh, Halloween weekend, huh?
So, and the Times Herald ran a story the day before, and we had a lineup out the door. People were there. We ended up showing 10 different films that all had a Michigan connection or were made in Michigan.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, it was 3 weeks planning last year, so we had a whole year this time to plan it.
Oh, my God.
So
Blow the doors off this time.
yeah, we had over 100 films submitted, and we changed to an international film festival. We actually received films from 23 different countries, and we have 6 feature films and around 30 short films to show with this Halloween weekend.
Wow. Are they all horror films?
All horror films.
Well, that's a genre that people really get into, and it's a niche.
Mm-hmm.
They've had other film festivals in Port Huron over the years, but they never had a specific niche for one category.
And we'd love to bring a full film festival back eventually, you know what I mean, with all kinds of films, but we really had success last year with sticking with horror films, and we figured expanding to an international film festival would give us you know, a lot more content to work with, which was awesome. I just wanted not to just limit us to Michigan films. We have a category for that, for Michigan films. But we have films from all over the world this year, which is really cool.
What's the fascination with horror films? To
be honest, horror is probably my second favorite genre. I mean, I like anything. I like thriller, drama. But horror, I think, for horror films for me is that it really gives you a feeling of fear in theater. And I like that. Some people I know are scared of that, but I like that being on the edge of my seat. Mm-hmm. And I find with a lot of commercial horror film, it's kind of, you're used to the gimmicks. And I think what's cool that people might not expect here is you get a lot of original content, with independent film. It gives
you would.
A lot of windows, there's not, most of them, a few of the films had pretty high budgets. We do have the Midwest premiere of a film from the United Kingdom called Charismata, which had a pretty good budget, and we were really lucky to be able to do the Midwest premiere of it on Friday night, October 27th at Sperry's Movie House.
And you are at Sperry's Movie House?
Yep, we're at both locations this year, Sperry's Movie House and Loft 912. Right on our website, which is it's long, but it's easy. It's DesmondDistrictDemons.com. You can find the full schedule, buy tickets there. And
so it's going to be October 27th to 28th, all day long. And you got great ghost stories, question and answers from filmmakers, tarot readings, do something different for this Halloween. That certainly is doing something different for Halloween.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have, actually tomorrow, I know this will air, but we're doing ghost stories down at the Art Hop tomorrow night, and we're doing, we have a really great local actor named Frank Bublitz who's doing the storytelling for us, he's just a great improv actor and doing great stories.
So do you have a film in the film festival?
We don't this year.
Okay.
We don't. We did a film last year. We filmed it entirely here in St. Clair called Viewer, and that's kind of what the event went around last year. And so yeah, we were.
What happened to that film?
It went on to a few film festivals. We screened at North by Midwest Film Festival in Kalamazoo. It just screened last Friday night at a film festival in Oak Park called Devil's Night Film Festival, and it was kind of dramatic horror film. Wasn't really your stereotypical horror film, but yeah, did really well.
Did you write the script too?
Wrote the script. Yep, I directed it. My partner Tyler's definitely more animated with a camera, so he was director of photography. But we alternate project to project. He directs one, I direct one, and
that's marvelous.
We try to make a little money in between.
A little different than the soup business.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's in my blood, the soup business, so I'm still around that. But and we're really grateful that Ackett's Pie Company sponsored this film festival. A lot of great local sponsors: Marlin Building Company, Loft 912, obviously. Sperry's is a sponsor. So we're just really grateful that the community's responded this way, and hope to keep building it.
So if they want to go to facebook.com/DDD Festival, or go on Twitter, twitter.com/DDD Festival.
Yep. And you can find it that way, or just DesmondDistrictDemons.com.
Okay. Andrew Brown, good
Thank
to see
you very
you,
much for
my
having me, Paul.
And,
appreciate it.
Keep us in the loop, and maybe have you back after it's over to talk to us about the third annual.
Awesome.
Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.